Hi Gemini, welcome to the new moon in Taurus reading for May 7th, 2024. New moons bring in new cycles, so we're starting a new cycle here. And you are starting it with number 2, events, loss. So 2 is duality. Maybe you have a choice in something where events are concerned. You can only go to one, not the other. So there can be a choice in events that you have to partake in that maybe you can't. Maybe a few people are graduating, you can only go to one. Maybe you can't go at all. There's just this feeling that you have to choose from a couple of things with that number 2, and perhaps you'll be unhappy that you can't do both. Or maybe it's holiday season, right? It's time to go on vacation, and the time slot that you wanted didn't come through. So it affects your entire schedule, that kind of thing. Okay, it doesn't have to be tragic, but let's see. I'll pull all the cards now. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or what it is that you are starting on your own intentionally. The second column is you, how you're dealing with the whole situation, what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're dealing with, how you're dealing with it, what you're feeling, that kind of thing. It really is all about you. And then the last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things, when we are, right, forewarned is forearmed. When we know some more information about it, we can make informed decisions. But some things we are meant to go through, we are meant to experience. However, it is always for our growth. You have quite a few swords here. So this is action mentally and physically. It's often the struggle, the swords, because let's face it, our mental, our mind, our mental activity can often lead us astray, or be the most difficult thing, right? To get your thoughts in alignment, to get your thoughts going in the direction that you want them to, not just thinking on its own, right? Brain is a receptor. It receives information. So let's have a look here. I do see the loss, and you have 3 2s, so number 2 and 2 here. So that is very much duality, this or that, black or white, up or down, duality and choice. Now, the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Swords are 2 difficult cards. The 5 of Swords is something that is very hard won. And it may not, you may get what you want, but it may not be the way you want it. However, with that 8 of Swords there, this is something where we feel like our hands are tied, that we have no, that our everything we try to do is ineffectual, right? We can't affect a solution. And the number 8 is a power number, so it's putting a lot of energy into a struggle. And this is certainly a struggle, that 5 of Swords. 5 is about change, it's the roller coaster ride. It's a difficult number. And maybe things are changing for you that you don't want them to at this time, at this moment. Or there's nothing you can do to stop the change or to stop what's going on. Or you feel like you can't. So when the 8 of Swords appears, the advice from the card is that you direct your energy somewhere else, right? If your energy or what you're doing is ineffectual, if you keep trying to do something, you're just digging yourself deeper into the mud, right? However, if you redirect or refocus your energy somewhere else, you might have a better effect on the situation. But the 5 of Swords is not an easy card. In fact, it's one of my more difficult cards in the deck. It can be something that is hard won. It can be people who are quite difficult to deal with. And again, you may get what you want, but it may not be the way you want it. This can involve a King of Pentacles. Well, actually, this is for me a Gemini card. This is somebody who's square in features. They're very work and finance oriented and focused. But they are also people who are quite diligent in their efforts. They make small changes to create larger ones. So they're very patient and diligent in what they're doing. Highly, highly focused, and then again, usually on finances and work. They are the master of their material world or are learning to master it in this lifetime. So that can be somebody who you're dealing with, who you're up against. And if it's not you, it can be somebody who's very similar to you. Square features, so they may have a very square jawline, a square forehead, that kind of energy, or look rather. You are pretty tired, I'm going to say, with that Ten of Swords. This is kind of, I give up card. Stick and fork in me, I'm done. It can be some back pain or back pressure or some actual physical pain, as well as a lot of mental fatigue. And there could be people around. Well, I think that you are somebody who can be looking back at situations with that Six of Cups, or for somebody, this can be a relationship that you had hoped for, turns out to be platonic, or somebody wanted a relationship with you and you are wanting it to be platonic, and perhaps even a relationship can end because they want more than you do. That's possible for somebody here. Not for everyone, obviously, but that's definitely something I'm seeing being laid out here. The Six of Cups is, for me, not romantic relationships. It's a platonic relationship. But there's kindness and there's sharing and there's friendliness there. It's just with the Ten of Swords, maybe that's not what you're hoping for. Or maybe that's not what they were hoping for, right? And so maybe we just lose out on the relationship altogether. For some people with that Ten of Swords, your perception is really important. And perhaps you've been through something similar. You're remembering, because of the Six of Cups is my Mercury in retrograde card. So people, instances, situations, places all come back from the past to have another go, right? To see what you've learned, or to see if you want to continue in that direction. And the Ten of Swords is telling me no. Ten of Swords is saying, I'm really done with this whole situation. But it can be that we're thinking about old times, and it's really over with that Ten of Swords. It's time to realign. It's time to go somewhere else, possibly. Maybe you have to move with the Chariot card, or there's travel involved, or it's just you're in alignment here, right? Your intuition, your thoughts, how you feel about the situation are all in alignment. And this gives you self-confidence. It's almost like once you make that decision, because again, we have decision here with the two twos, with the three twos, that you are more in alignment, that then you know where you're going, what you're going to do. There's more self-confidence there. Interesting, Gemini. The last two cards, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Again, duality. Now the Two of Pentacles says you're multitasking. You've got a lot on your plate maybe, or you're trying to balance situations out. And remember, I have two here, so it's this or that, right? The Two of Swords is the same thing. I need to cut something off in favor of something else. I need to make a decision. The Two of Swords is the moon in Libra, and this card makes it difficult to make a decision because you can see the both sides of a situation. This card says that no matter what you decide, you will have challenges and rewards. So don't negate the heart, right? And remember here I have that we were in alignment, not just our thoughts, not just our logic, but also how we feel about a situation. So that should not be negated. Your heart should not be negated. It should be included in the decision making. The Two of Pentacles is asking you to lighten up about the situation a little bit, because juggling is a fun activity. So try to be lighter in that situation. But I really am getting for somebody that a relationship, maybe somebody wanted more than you were ready to offer. For some, this can be financial juggling, right? Moving money from one account to another, or, making payments with credit card and trying to deal with it later. That kind of energy as well. That's very broad, I want to say. There's some strategy that you need to use here with the Seven of Swords. This person is taking 5 swords away from the enemy's camp so they can't be used against him. So there's strategy going on here. You may feel like somebody is against you, perhaps this King of Pentacles, because this is also open enemies. So you may have to be cutting somebody off. And perhaps a friendship even. But you are to remember that you have allies, or you have other opportunities to get a leg up on the situation. This is the allies card. But it can also be like not just people that can help you, although I do see that as possible here, but also looking out into the larger world to see how other people are doing it, right? So if you want to start something new, and this is also workshops and self-help books, but anything that gives you a leg up over the competition. So there can be a bit of a competitive energy here as well. But I really feel like you are kind of done with a situation or a person, and you'd really like to move on. There's just some decisions that you need to make, and there are people around to help you. But with the 2 events and loss, there is something else that's probably going to be lost. Especially with that 2 of Swords, you're cutting something off in favor of something else, and it could be a person. It could absolutely be a person for some people. Okay. Could also be a friend. Okay, what does Spirit want you to know? Openings. A new door is opening for you. So whatever hasn't worked out, I think the Chariot card is something that, like I said, you gain self-confidence and you're ready to move on something new. Perhaps it was even something that you had thought about prior with that 6 of Cups, or something that you didn't think was going to go through and eventually it did. But we still have to, it's still like maybe with that 2 of Pentacles, as we're finishing up one old situation while moving into this new one, right? We're kind of juggling and multitasking with that 2 of Pentacles. Okay? All right, but still, when one door closes, right, another one opens. So there is a new door opening for you, which makes perfect sense to me. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Thank you for watching. It's appreciated. Bye for now.